Hello, BookTube. So, how is everybody? How is your week? How is your fantasy reading? Yeah, this is the latest FFS video. And it's coming to you late again because we've had a kind of a rough week. We had these great plans to get our video out on the 21st when the fourth week started, and 21st when the fourth week started, and we we're going to be right on top of it. But then we started noticing that Link was acting kind of funny. He was being really lethargic, didn't want to get up and move around much, didn't want to eat much, and starting to get worried. So that was the 21st. So we didn't want to leave him. So we kind of put the kibosh on doing a video that night and figured we'd do it the next day. But then the next day, things really went south. He started showing signs of pain. He was shaking really hard. He was panting, and he was way late at night, so it was too late to take him to the vet. But we took him to my mother's house. We sat up with him for most of the night. The next morning, we took him into the vet, and it turns out the little booger has a pinched nerve in his spine, and he has an ear infection on top of that. So, yeah, it's been kind of busy. That's actually why you're only getting me tonight, the Becky half of the Bookish Bryants. Scott's in the living room with Link, sitting on him to keep him from jumping off and onto furniture. Because making him sit still is a lesson in futility. It doesn't work. He's constantly moving. You would never guess that he was 11 years old. It's ridiculous. So we're halfway through the final week of FFS, and I'm having a great time. It's Urban Fantasy Week, and we all know I love my urban fantasy. But how did your dark week go? What did everybody read? I noticed in one of the groups earlier that there were people reading some, oh Lord, his name escapes me, some Lovecraft, which is is great for dark week. I read a romance. I know, it's surprising, but I did really good. Actually, I didn't read nothing but wall-to-wall romance this month. I was in deference to Scott. So but last week I read a series of books called it's the Paranormal Prison series. The first one's called Blindly Indicted, and the second one is called Blindly Acquitted. It's about a blind woman who is sent to a paranormal prison. She's got some interesting abilities, and this prison is full of shapeshifters and dragons and things like that. So she's sent there falsely accused, and she has to find her way through this system. And again, it's romance. Her best friend is there. It's I'm not going to give it away. It's called Blindly Indicted. It's wonderful. If you like shifter romance, if you like the grittier side of romance, you'll really like that series. I loved it. I also read an interesting series of books. I can't remember what they're called. They're I actually started those kind of early. They're about a woman who is sent into a fairy tale. For a fairy tale, she's sent into the world of Alice in Wonderland to fix the fairy tale, because there's this group of people on Earth who are groomed from very early childhood on how to fix fairy tales that run amok, that sort of change in our world. That's sort of the magic of fairy tales. And I want to talk about dark. Lord, those books are dark. There's the fairy tale in Alice in Wonderland. Things have gone haywire because, well, the world is morphing into something kind of evil. The Red Queen and the Red Queen and the other queen, the Queen of Hearts, have lost their ever-loving minds and are killing people everywhere. It's wild, but it's something of blood. I'm going to have to look it back up. I can't look it up on my phone because I'm using my phone right here. Trilogy of Blood or something. That's probably a different series. It's something of blood. But it was loads of fun. But there's a second 4-book series that I'm going to have to jump on. And oh my God, I'm not sure I have the strength for it. It is wall-to-wall drama. And if you know anything about me, I am not a big fan of wild drama in my romances. And I'm going to do a video about this one day. I really am. Because my idea of a wonderful, perfect romance is a romance in which the two characters fall in love towards the beginning of the book, and then they present a solid front throughout the rest of the book against outside forces. That's what I like about the Kara Wilde books. The Orc Mates series, because the first half of the book is all about these two characters falling in love, and the rest of the book is about them growing their love and presenting this solid united front as outside forces act against them. As I don't know, somebody is after one of the people in the relationship, or a volcano blows up or something. I don't know, but I don't like it where two characters spend the entire book falling slowly, kind of in love, and about 5 pages from the end, something happens that totally pisses off the main female. It's always the female, and she leaves him for some imagined slight, and then discovers that she can't live without him. And oh, I hate it. I hate that kind of drama. I'm assuming it's because my relationship with Scott, we are very, very drama free. We've been sort of a united front since the beginning. So I don't know. I prefer my relationship. I prefer my relationship strong. So this week is Urban Fantasy Week, and you all know I've been waiting for Urban Fantasy Week. I'm so excited. I've started the week in Becky fashion with a Simon R. Green book, and it's called The Best Thing You Can Steal. It's the Gideon Sable series, and what I love about these books is they remind me of the Forgotten Histories series by Simon R. Green. I can never remember what it's called. It's the something histories by Simon R. Green. It's about the Druids, who are these they're amazing. Secret histories. It's about the Druids. They're these and these are really good for Urban Fantasy Week. Just so you know, Simon R. Green, the Secret History series. They're about this family, the Druid family, who have this golden torque that's been gifted to them. It's a necklace that's been gifted to them by a higher being. And when they activate this golden torque, it turns into this golden armor that makes them essentially indestructible. And together, this family runs the world. Governments don't do anything without the approval of the Druids. And the main character, his name is Edwin Drood. I'm not joking. The main character, he sort of goes rogue. Because, yeah, this family has a lot of power, but, yeah, they abuse this power. And it's great. The series is, they're all named after, like, James Bond books. The first one is called The Man with the Golden Torque. Demons are forever the spy who haunted me from hell with love. For heaven's eyes only, live and let Drood. And they just get better from there. But the series is done. He's already finished that series. So he also has another great series called the Ghost Finders series, which is also fantastic and great for urban fantasy. Oh, and the Ishmael Jones series. Fantastic, great for urban fantasy. That's what he does, if you haven't guessed. But the Gideon Sable books is his newest series. And Gideon Sable, he specializes in stealing things that nobody usually thinks of stealing, like a dead man's clothes. he would steal Hermione Granger's time travel necklace, that kind of thing. He steals magical items and strange items. And he has put together this plan that he's going to steal the most important thing from a man who is absolutely, completely, and utterly horrible. And in order to do that, he has to have a good team. And this good team consists of, let's see, it consists of people like the Ghost, the Damned, the Wild Card, and anybody. And they all have these special abilities. The Ghost is a ghost. But they all have these special abilities that make them absolutely necessary to what Gideon's planning. And it's turning into another heist book, kind of a la, maybe a la Ocean's 11. And what I love about these books is they have this wild British humor that is sharp as a tack. It is hilarious. These books are hilarious. That's what I love about Simon Green. He's funny. Some of his books have me snickering like halfway through them. I'll stop Scott in the middle of what he's doing to read him passages of these books. And so yeah, I'm enjoying that immensely. And after that, there's no telling. I might find me a shapeshifter romance or something like that, just something to drive Scott absolutely bonkers, because that's my favorite pastime, if you haven't guessed. And yeah, so tell me what you're reading for Urban Fantasy Week. I'm dying to know, because I'm going to take notes. You know it. I'm going to write down everything that everybody's reading and see if it's something that I would enjoy, because you all know I love urban fantasy. I'm here for it. And it's going to kill me to have to stop at the end of this month and switch over to mystery because I'm so on the urban fantasy kick. You have no idea. I'm loving it so much. And it was absolutely self-serving to put urban fantasy as week 4. When we were making the prompts, I was over on the side going, "We want urban fantasy, right? Yeah, we want urban fantasy." I mean, yeah, there's other kinds of but urban fantasy is the best. Scott, he read urban fantasy that can moonlight as classic fantasy, which I take exception to. I mean, come on. You can't read urban fantasy when it's classic fantasy. What are you thinking? It has to be up to date. It has to be brand new. It really doesn't, but this is just my opinion. So yeah, tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you've read. Have you had fun reading your fantasy books? Because I know I've had a great time. Has this month, what am I trying to say? Has this month really gotten anybody back in that fantasy mood? I know for a lot of people, they get on a kick of what they like to read, and they sort of stay there, and they don't stray out of that. Blue Alien Romance is my kick. But this month has really, really brought me back to how much I love fantasy. And it's going to continue on. I'm doing another sort of a read along, which we'll have an announcement for this weekend if Steve Donoghue is amenable. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Urban Fantasy Week. Tell me what you're reading. Let me know. And that's it. So we'll see you on the other end of February. Maybe no catastrophes will happen, and we'll actually get the video in on time, because it doesn't look good for the home team. My goodness, it's going to happen one day. We're going to get everything right on time, and we'll feel accomplished. But this does not seem to be that week. Anyway, we'll see you when February is over. Enjoy your urban fantasies. Your books are calling. Go read.